start. Oh my God! What's happening, guys? Welcome back to another episode. Before we get onto the full review of this insane Mercedes E63s, massive shout out to Xtreme Competitions for, of course, lending me the car, which is absolutely an awesome opportunity. Obviously, check them out on Instagram. All their socials, all that good stuff is in my bio. We're going to be putting it up against the M140i in terms of comparison. And yeah, it should be interesting. A full review, launch, 0 to 60, you name it. Obviously, as you guys know, I love my Mercedes. Anything AMG, I love it. But I love the most is the fact that it's huge ass, monstrous spoiler, carbon fiber spoiler. As you can see, I try not to get in the photo so much. But I'm loving the whole blue look, obviously with the black AMG badge, the black Mercedes badge, and of course the black E63 badge. Exhaust-wise, as far as I know, this car is stock. It is four-wheel drive. And of course it is carrying this huge ass 20-inch wheels, which I absolutely love. Of course, make sure to check out Xtreme Competitions. Obviously, you know, it's got rear tints, another back badge, V8 bi-turbo Formatic. One thing I will say about the E63, I can see why DMO DJ has one. It is a very, very stunning looking car. Right, so let's obviously get onto the interior. The best thing about, I love the fact that you've got the beautiful carbon fiber parts on the door. It is a luxury car. You can tell it's a luxury car. It was built like a luxury car, and of course the quality of a real German car. But getting on to the interior, when you, the first impression before doing anything, because I've never sat in this shape one. I've sat in the previous shape and the one before that, but this one I've never sat in, so this is a first for me. The minute you sit in the car, immediately you know for a fact you're sitting in a luxury German car. The steering wheel, Alcantara, you've got the fancy buttons, you've got obviously the screens, you've got the touch screen as well, which I think is a very, very cool feature. Personally, to be fair, I say that, but I do like it. Let's not look at the MPG. 10.4 MPG still probably does better than my M140i. But sitting in the E63s, you notice there's a lot of carbon. I think it's absolutely stunning. Obviously, you've got the sunroof as well. The owner also, like I said, a massive thank you to Xtreme Competition for, of course, lending me the car to film today. I'm really happy, actually. This is a cool experience. You know you're sitting in a proper car with the real power, four-wheel drive. You've got everything. You cannot go wrong. Like I said, I'm used to my hot hatches, my M140i with insane power, the ASBO personality, but this, I can see it being something I would probably buy in the future. I don't know. Looking back at it now, probably I would. So in terms of comfort, yeah, you cannot go wrong. Obviously, AMG being AMG, giving the best experience in terms of comfort, look, quality. You can feel the quality. You can feel, obviously, you got the nice AMG logo as well. It's just a nice place to be in. And I obviously, as you guys know, I had a 55 AMG. This is a 63S, but when you sit in a 55, you know you're sitting in a nice car. There is no doubt about it. But we're gonna get onto the driving. But before we get onto the driving bit and obviously having some fun on the road, we're gonna do a mini sound test to see what it sounds like. Right guys, so we are driving the E63S. Definitely a car on the list to buy, and it just feels very, very powerful, like an AMG, like a big boy AMG should feel. The one thing you do notice, as you guys know, I owned a CLS 55 AMG, so the 5.5 litre V8 supercharged Mercedes. You feel superior, you feel big, but this thing, you just know you're sitting in a big car. I think this is the kind of car that you will drive and you know you are sitting in a big car for the rest of your life. Well, let's say for the rest of the ownership of the car. The CLS 55 kind of grew on me, and I kind of got used to parking it around because it is a very, very big car. But this thing is just enormous. This car is a big, big car. Probably kind of going back to the fact that I do drive a big turbo M140i, so kind of getting used to a hatchback, but this thing is a monster. The one thing I love the most is the color. The color really, really shines. It is a real head turner for sure. As you guys know, Xtreme Competitions lent me this car to review, so a massive shout out to you guys. Like I said, make sure to check out all their links in my bio. So normal driving as a daily, I could see this having a lot of potential in terms of comfort, luxury, performance, looks, you've got the whole shebang. Kind of like the BMW M5. The M5 comp, especially the M5 comp, famously known to do pretty much all of those things, but this thing, massively underrated. So I can see why DMO DJ owns one, but when you put your foot down, you can feel the performance. Jesus, the G-force on that. I love the combination between that V8 and the four-wheel drive system. So the four-wheel drive system, so the 4MATIC system, is great. It is great, and you can feel you're very planted on the road compared to the Quattro system, which is 60/40. You kind of feel a little bit edgy on the side, but this thing, yeah, it's a real car. Okay, the sensor's triggering that I'm going too fast and too close to the up of the car. So talking about the spec, as far as I can see, and as far as the owner told me, this car is spec to the death. When I mean spec to the death, this has got every spec available for the E63s. I mean, it's got reversing camera, front camera, it's got every sensor there is on the option. So I'm presuming he paid quite a lot for this car. But like I said, a massive shout out to him, of course, for lending me such a beautiful car. As you guys know, I'm a BMW guy, I'm an AMG guy, and I'm an Audi guy, so I'm a bit of everything. But the one thing I will say, AMG is in a different category when it comes to luxury, performance, looks. You just can't mess with an AMG. A BMW is an everyday man's car, but an AMG is a prestigious car. The prestige level on this car is just through the roof. Like I said, I can see why DMO DJ bought one. I mean, kind of sitting in it now, sitting in it how I usually would. You've got all you need. It's just a fantastic car. But the main thing we did was comparing it to the M140i. I would say a fair comparison. Obviously, you need to understand that my M140i isn't exactly slow. It is unstable to a different level, but so is this. This thing is tamed to a certain level, but unstable the same time. But the only thing, the car is stock, and from stock, it is so bloody quiet. This thing is so boring. Being a stock car, it's boring. And I'm going to be very honest, it is a boring car. But don't get me wrong on when I say that. This thing has a personality of its own when it's tuned. Stage 1, stage 2. These cars are absolutely bred to destroy a lot of cars on the road, including like-minded cars, M4s, M5s. I mean, the M5 is a bit of a problem when it comes to this car in particular, unless it's tuned. But it is a good car. You've got everything you need. I love the fact that you can sit in this car knowing that you drive a real man's car. The phrase that not a lot of people like. And the four-wheel drive system is, yeah, definitely on board. There is, I'm not gonna lie, there is a little bit of lag. Obviously it needs a tune. You can tell when you drive a certain car, you can tell the car needs a tune. Right guys, so getting on to the performance side of things. As you guys know, the figures are amazing, but I want to get on to how it actually drives and adapts to the road, which is probably a question I want to experience as well. So being four-wheel drive, a big lump of a machine, as far as I know, it weighs definitely over 2 tons. Obviously combined with the four-wheel drive system, this is a fast car. It is a very fast car. But one thing I will say, okay, well, okay, the brakes, I'll get onto that after. Whoa, holy shit, fucking hell, that was a serious launch. Jesus Christ. Fuck. This is a fast car. And when I mean fast, this is a fucking fast car. And this is stock. This is a bone stock car. And this thing is a machine. This thing is an utter machine. The brakes are really good. As you guys know, I like my anti-social cars. I like to kind of slam it around a little bit. But this car needs a real touching when it comes to the performance side of things. It is a fast car. I am not going to deny that, but it is dying for a tune. I'm going to launch it one more time, see what it's all about. Right, so race. Oh, oh my god! This is a fast car. There is no fucking doubt about to it. Okay. Extreme Competitions, you should not have lent me this car. This is a car, if I ever owned, I'll be getting a lot of trouble in. Race start. Oh my god! Fucking hell! Jesus! That's insane! That's insane! What I love the most, like I said before, it's the way the front raises up. That's what gives it a person. That's what G-Wagons do. That's very famous. So I have a family who actually owns a G-Wagon, or had a G-Wagon, and that's what it used to do. And that was one of my most favorite things about any sort of AMG with air suspension. As far as I know, I think this car does have air suspension or adaptive suspension. But this thing is just okay. Woo! Fuck! I would love to do a draggy, but I haven't got my draggy on me. Perhaps we could do that in the next video. This is insane. This is insane. But guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. I was gonna say I was gonna compare it to the M140i, but I kind of got lost in the tracks because this car is just, it's a cool car. It is a very cool car, and it's a car that I don't think I could fault much, except being a stock car, which is something I'm not very used to. But of course, make sure to check out Extreme Competitions. Obviously this car will be up for raffle very soon. I don't know when, but make sure to check it out. All I know is going to be something very cheap, so make sure to stay tuned. Of course, like I said, check out Extreme Competitions. Obviously I should be getting my discount code as well, or whatever they're going to be giving me. But obviously stay tuned guys.